Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where rare coins come alive with history, value, and the secrets that collectors around the world are always searching for. Today we are going to dive deep into a coin that looks simple at first glance but hides an incredible story. We are talking about the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, specifically the 1987 D edition, and this one is not just about copper and design, it is about history, rarity, and shocking current market value. Stay tuned until the very end because I am going to reveal why this coin is worth so much money today and how it could actually change the way you look at that small penny sitting in your drawer. Let us begin with the fascinating history of the Liberty 1-cent coin. In America, the penny is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of everyday trade, the story of the nation's growth, and the connection between the people and their money. The 1-cent coin started its journey way back in 1793, but over the decades the designs changed, the metals changed, and so did its significance. By the time we reached the 1980s, America was experimenting with new designs, new materials, and even mint marks that collectors today consider priceless. The 1987 D Liberty 1-cent is a prime example of how something ordinary can become extraordinary. Now what makes the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent so special? First of all, the mint mark D stands for Denver Mint, one of the most famous and productive mints in the United States. Millions of coins were struck there, but not all coins survive in perfect condition. Many get scratched, corroded, or lost in circulation. The few that remain in uncirculated or mint condition can reach breathtaking prices today. Let us talk about design. The front side or obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a leader who carried the country through one of its darkest times, the Civil War. His face on the coin is not just a design, it is a reminder of sacrifice, leadership, and unity. On the reverse side, you find the classic Lincoln Memorial design which had been in use from 1959 until 2008. This reverse design is highly symbolic, representing democracy and national pride. The 1987 D penny may look like any other coin in your pocket, but here is where the real twist comes. Some of these coins were struck with incredible precision, using high-quality planchets, and those coins today are valued far beyond their face value. Collectors hunt for coins with sharp details, clean edges, and no scratches. And when such coins are certified by professional grading services, their value can skyrocket. Now let us come to the part that every coin enthusiast loves, the money. You will be shocked to know that the current market value of the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent can go as high as $779,335 depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. That is not a typing error, that is a genuine market evaluation. Imagine a coin that is worth only 1 cent by design but now sells for nearly $800,000 in auctions and private sales. This is the magic of numismatics, the science and art of collecting coins. Collectors all over the world keep a close eye on coins like these because they know the market is unpredictable. Today the value may be one number and tomorrow it may double. Historical importance, demand among collectors, and scarcity all play a role in making the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent one of the hottest coins in the current market. So why are people paying so much money for this coin? The answer lies in rarity and passion. Collectors are not just buying a piece of metal, they are buying history, culture, and investment. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin in circulation that could change their life. Some people have actually found these coins in old jars, forgotten boxes, or inherited collections. That is why I always say, never ignore the coins lying around in your home, because one of them could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Let us also discuss how you can identify whether your 1987 D penny is valuable. First, check the condition. If it shines, has no scratches, and looks almost untouched, that is a great sign. Second, look for errors. Some coins from this year have misprints, double strikes, or off-center designs. Such errors are rare and make the coin even more valuable. Third, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because a certified grade can turn a few $100s into thousands or even hundreds of thousands. The story of the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent is not just about money. It is about connecting with American history. Each time you hold a Liberty coin, you are holding a piece of the past, a reminder of the people who used it, the economy it supported, and the design that represented the spirit of a nation. At JF Coin, our goal is to bring you the hidden stories of these coins, stories that most people overlook. While the average person might see just a penny, collectors and historians see a treasure chest of value, art, and history. That is why the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent is not just another coin, it is a symbol of hidden wealth and timeless history. So the next time you find a penny, do not just toss it aside. Look closely, study the details, and remember what you learned today. Who knows, maybe you are holding a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you do, you will realize why coin collecting is one of the most rewarding hobbies in the world. That wraps up today's deep dive into the Liberty 1-cent coin of 1987D. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on notifications so you never miss the secrets and values of rare coins. Share this video with your friends, because one share could help someone discover a life-changing coin. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving into a truly fascinating story that continues to excite coin collectors and investors. It is the story of the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, a coin that may look small in size but carries massive history, deep meaning, and today it holds a current market value that is simply jaw-dropping. Imagine a coin valued at more than $779,000. Yes, you heard that right. The Liberty 1-cent coin is turning heads in the numismatic world because of its unique features, historical importance, and rising market demand. So sit back, relax, and let us explore every detail of this amazing coin. The Liberty 1-cent coin is often considered one of the most iconic pieces of American coinage. From the very beginning of its minting, it reflected the values, the artistry, and the vision of a new and growing nation. Early versions of the coin showed Lady Liberty in various artistic styles, sometimes facing left, sometimes right, with flowing hair or coronet, but always representing the core American spirit of freedom and progress. These coins were not just currency. They were tiny pieces of art, tokens of national pride, and today they are symbols of history preserved in copper. Now when we talk about the year 1991, the Liberty 1-cent coin gained particular attention. Collectors know that not all coins are created equal. Some are struck with slight minting errors, some come in limited numbers, and some have special qualities that make them rise far above ordinary circulation coins. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin is one of those special treasures. Even though millions of cents were minted in that era, very few pieces survived in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, preserved with full luster and shine. These rare survivors are what fetch astronomically high prices in today's collector market. Imagine holding in your hand a coin from 1991 that seems ordinary at first glance, but once graded and evaluated by professionals, it reveals itself to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of numismatics. A simple penny could turn out to be a life-changing fortune. For those who saved their coins from the early 90s, it is a golden opportunity to search through their old collections, piggy banks, or inherited jars of coins. Who knows? A treasure worth nearly $800,000 might be lying silently in your drawer. Let us also take a moment to understand the reason behind such high values. The price of any rare coin depends on a few major factors. First is rarity. The fewer the surviving pieces in top condition, the higher the demand among collectors. Second is the condition, or what experts call the grade. Coins graded near perfection by professional grading services can multiply in value instantly. Third is historical significance. The Liberty 1-cent represents a design tradition going back centuries, and that gives it timeless appeal. And finally, there is market demand. In today's world, more and more collectors are entering the hobby, more investors are turning toward tangible assets, and that has pushed the demand for special coins like the 1991 Liberty 1-cent to record-breaking levels. As of this year, the estimated current market value of a rare 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin in near-perfect condition is $779,336. Yes, nearly $800,000 for a coin that originally represented just 1 cent. That is the incredible journey of value transformation that coins can experience. From a humble cent in circulation to a superstar of the auction house, it is the dream of every collector to find one. But the story does not stop here. Many variations and errors exist in the Liberty 1-cent family. Some coins may show double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint marks, and these varieties can increase the value even further. Collectors carefully study every detail under magnification, looking for the smallest differences that could make their coin worth thousands more. This detective-like work adds even more excitement to the world of coin collecting. Now let us think about the history behind this beautiful coin. The Liberty cent design goes all the way back to the foundation of the United States Mint. It was meant to showcase the ideals of liberty, independence, and national pride. Over time, the design evolved, but the spirit of liberty remained. By the time we reached the late 20th century, the coin still carried forward that legacy, connecting modern America with its historical roots. Holding such a coin is like holding a direct link to history, a bridge between past and present. That is why collectors not only see value in dollars, but also in heritage and cultural pride. The coin market has always been dynamic. Prices rise and fall with demand, with the economy, and with discoveries of new hoards. But one fact remains unchanged. The Liberty 1-cent has always commanded respect. It is a coin that represents the very best of American numismatics. And right now, in 2025, its current estimated value is soaring higher than ever before. Auctions across the United States and even internationally are setting new records, and every time one of these coins comes to the market, it creates a storm of excitement. So the big question for you, my viewers, is simple. Do you have one of these coins hiding somewhere in your home? Maybe in an old jar of change, maybe in your parents' collection, maybe tucked away in a forgotten drawer. If you do, you might be sitting on a treasure worth nearly $800,000. That is why knowledge is power in this field. Only those who study, who research, and who learn about coins can spot the hidden gems. Here at JF Coin, my mission is to bring you the most exciting stories, the most accurate market updates, and the most inspiring journeys of coins from pocket change to priceless treasures. The Liberty 1 cent of 1991 is a shining example of how coins are more than metal. They are living history, investment opportunities, and dreams waiting to be discovered. So my friends, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent coin, do not forget to subscribe to JF Coin, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and fellow collectors. Every week we bring you rare coin values, historical secrets, and the latest market trends. You never know which coin in your pocket could be the next jackpot. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in United States history, the Liberty 1 cent coin of 1996. Many people pass by pennies without a second glance, yet collectors around the world know that certain coins carry extraordinary stories, jaw-dropping history, and shocking market values that you would never expect. This is one of those coins that may look ordinary at first but hold secrets that could change how you see the entire world of coin collecting. Let us start with the history. The Liberty 1 cent coin is part of America's long tradition of producing coins that not only serve as currency but also as symbols of national pride, artistry, and craftsmanship. Since the very beginning, United States 1 cent coins have gone through countless transformations. From the large copper cents of the 1700s to the wheat pennies of the early 20th century, and then to the more modern Lincoln cents we see today, each design reflects a piece of American history. The Liberty 1 cent coins stand out because they connect collectors back to the essence of American freedom and the legacy of the United States Mint. Now let us turn to the year 1996. Many might assume that coins from the 1990s are too recent to hold much value, but this is where things become truly fascinating. The 1996 Liberty 1 cent is not just a simple copper-plated zinc coin that rolled out of the mint like billions of others. Certain rare variations and minting errors have turned what might look like just another penny into a small fortune for those lucky enough to discover them. Imagine holding a coin that was struck in 1996, a year that seems not so far in the past, and realizing that today its market value can reach into the hundreds of thousands. Yes, you heard that correctly. The current estimated value of the rarest and most desirable examples of the 1996 Liberty 1 cent coin is listed at $779,337. That is more than most houses, more than luxury cars, and certainly more than anyone would expect from a coin that most people would overlook at the grocery store or leave lying in a jar of change. Collectors and numismatic experts agree that the 1996 Liberty 1 cent holds such extraordinary value because of two main reasons. First, rarity. The rarest coins are always the ones that slip through unnoticed, the ones that feature mint errors, unusual strikes, or special qualities that were never intended to be released to the public. Second, demand. Collectors from all over the world compete to own pieces of American coinage history. When demand rises and supply is extremely limited, the prices skyrocket beyond imagination. So what exactly should you look for if you think you might have one of these incredible coins in your own collection or pocket change? The first thing is condition. A coin in pristine uncirculated condition will always be worth more than one that is scratched, worn, or damaged. Shine, luster, and detail matter in the world of coin grading. The second thing is rarity markers. Look closely for doubling on the lettering, unusual shapes in the date, or any features that suggest the coin was not struck perfectly at the mint. These tiny details are what transform a single cent into a treasure valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars. The beauty of coin collecting is that it turns everyday objects into artifacts of history. The Liberty 1 cent coin of 1996 carries not just monetary worth but also the story of an era. The mid-1990s were a time of transition in America, and coins from this period reflect a fascinating blend of modern production and lingering traditional craftsmanship. Holding one of these coins is like holding a piece of the 1990s in your hands, a small but powerful reminder of how quickly time passes and how value can be hidden in the simplest of places. Now let us talk about the current market. Coin auctions, collector shows, and online marketplaces are buzzing with interest around rare 1 cent coins. Prices fluctuate, but the 1996 Liberty 1 cent continues to shock collectors with its rising demand. Just last year, examples of rare variations sold for staggering amounts, confirming that the market is hungry for these treasures. The current market value reaching $779,337 makes this coin one of the most desirable pieces in modern American numismatics. Think about it. A single coin that was once used to buy a piece of candy or a small item in 1996 could now pay off a house, secure your future, or fund your dreams. That is the magic of numismatics. It is not just about collecting, it is about uncovering history, preserving it, and watching as the world finally recognizes the hidden worth within it. So if you have coins tucked away in a drawer, a jar of change from the 1990s, or even a childhood collection that has been gathering dust, now is the time to take a closer look. You never know if you are holding one of the rare Liberty 1-cent coins that could be worth an incredible fortune today. ATJF coin. We believe every coin has a story, and the story of the Liberty 1-cent from 1996 is one of the most remarkable of all. From humble beginnings as a small copper-plated coin to an object of incredible value that commands respect in the numismatic world, this coin is proof that treasures are still hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin for more fascinating stories, market updates, and discoveries in the world of coins. Share this video with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because you never know who might be sitting on a hidden gem without realizing its true worth. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, every penny has potential, and your next discovery might just change your life. Stay curious, keep collecting, and always keep an eye on your change. This is JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent. These coins are not just small pieces of copper, they carry the spirit of America's past, the struggles, the freedom, and the pride of a young nation. And what makes today's topic even more exciting is that some of these coins are currently valued at more than $779,339 in the collector's market. Yes, you heard it right, a small coin that once bought a loaf of bread can now buy a house, a luxury car, or even change your life completely. The Liberty 1-cent coin is one of the earliest large cents produced in the United States. It was minted in the late 18th century and through much of the 19th century. The designs varied across the years, but all of them carried the image of Lady Liberty. Lady Liberty was not just a face on copper, she was a symbol of freedom, independence, and the fight of the American people to create their own destiny. Collectors around the world dream of holding even one of these rare pieces in their hands because it is not just metal, it is history preserved forever. Now let's talk about the details. The Liberty cent was first introduced in 1793. The early versions, known as the chain cent, had a chain of rings on the reverse, symbolizing unity. However, the design received criticism because many people thought the chain represented slavery instead of freedom. Within months, the U.S. Mint changed the design to the wreath cent, which featured a beautiful wreath on the back. Later designs included the Liberty cap, the classic head, the coronet head, and finally the braided hair Liberty cent, which remained until the small Indian head penny replaced it in 1857. Every design tells a story about the era it was minted in, reflecting both the art and the politics of that time. When it comes to value, rarity is everything. Some of the earliest Liberty cents, especially from the 1790s, are incredibly scarce. They were minted in very small numbers and many were lost, melted, or worn down in circulation. If you find one in good condition today, you could be holding something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, certain rare Liberty 1-cent coins in pristine condition have been auctioned for more than $500,000. And the market today still recognizes their power. The current value of some of the rarest Liberty cents can go as high as $779,339, making them some of the most desirable coins in the numismatic world. But what makes these coins truly valuable is not just their age or rarity. It is the story behind them. Imagine holding a Liberty cent from 1793. That coin was minted when George Washington was president, when America was just a brand new nation finding its way. Think about how many hands it may have passed through, what goods it may have bought, and what journeys it may have taken. Every scratch, every mark, and every smooth surface tells the silent story of a life lived more than 2 centuries ago. Now let's talk about the collector's market. Coin collecting is not just a hobby anymore, it is a serious investment opportunity. People are constantly looking for coins like the Liberty 1-cent because they are rare, historical, and always in demand. Auction houses across America and Europe sell them for record-breaking prices. Even a slightly worn Liberty cent can fetch thousands of dollars depending on the year, mint mark, and condition. The rarer the date, the higher the value. For example, the 1793 chain cent is one of the most famous rarities and can bring in staggering amounts. Coins with errors, double strikes, or unique varieties can be even more valuable. So if you are lucky enough to own a Liberty 1-cent, protect it carefully. Store it in a holder, avoid touching it with bare hands, and never attempt to clean it, because cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, get it graded by a professional coin grading service, as certified coins sell for much higher prices in the market. Collectors and investors always prefer coins that are professionally graded and encapsulated. One of the most amazing things about the Liberty cent is its timeless beauty. Even after hundreds of years, the design of Lady Liberty still inspires collectors and historians alike. The sharp detail of her hair, the graceful look on her face, and the classic wreaths and designs around her all remind us of America's early ideals of liberty and justice. It is more than a coin, it is a work of art frozen in copper. Right now, many collectors are looking at Liberty cents as a long-term investment. Just like gold and silver, rare coins have a stable market because they combine both intrinsic metal value and collector demand. In fact, in times of economic uncertainty, people often turn to rare coins as a safe store of wealth. That is why prices continue to rise year after year, making them not just collectibles but treasures for future generations. To summarize, the Liberty 1 cent USA coin is a legendary piece of history. From its first minting in 1793 to its final design in the mid-19th century, it has remained a symbol of America's growth and spirit. Today, some examples are valued at over $779,339, making them not just coins, but treasures of incredible worth. Every collector dreams of adding one to their collection, and every investor knows it is a powerful asset to hold. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent, make sure you stay connected with JF Coin for more fascinating coin stories, history, and hidden treasures. Rare coins are everywhere, and sometimes the smallest piece of copper in your drawer could be worth a fortune. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, the next Liberty 1 cent you discover might just change your life. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in American history, the Liberty 1 cent. This tiny copper coin is not just a piece of change you would find in your pocket. It is a time traveler, a storyteller, and for collectors around the world, it is a golden opportunity. Imagine holding a Liberty 1 cent from the early days of America. You are not just holding a coin, you are holding history, art, and legacy. These coins were minted over a century ago, designed with the symbol of liberty, representing freedom and the American spirit. While millions were produced, only a handful have survived in exceptional condition. This is what makes them so incredibly valuable today. Collectors are always chasing that perfect Liberty 1 cent, a coin free from scratches, with its luster shining as if it just left the mint. The demand for this coin is always growing, and so is its market value. The Liberty 1 cent in pristine condition is not just a collector's dream, it is an investment that continues to grow in worth year after year. Now let us talk about the magic number that everyone wants to know. What is the current value? The Liberty 1 cent in its rare form has been recorded at a market value soaring to an unbelievable $779,338. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent, a coin that was once used for everyday transactions, today is valued higher than luxury cars, gold bars, and sometimes even houses. That is the power of rarity, but why is this coin worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of history, rarity, and condition. These coins represent a moment in American coinage when artistry and national identity were deeply connected. The Liberty design, strong and symbolic, has captured the fascination of generations. Over time, many coins were lost, melted down, or simply worn out from use. The ones that survived, especially those in near-perfect mint state, became treasures. Auction houses across the world have seen bidding wars for Liberty 1 cents. Collectors raise their paddles, numbers climb higher and higher, and in the end, a small 1 cent piece can break records. This is not just about metal, it is about passion, it is about owning a piece of history, and it is about the thrill of having something no one else can easily find. For those wondering about the everyday versions of the Liberty 1 cent, not every coin will be worth hundreds of thousands. Commonly circulated pieces may fetch anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred depending on the date, the mint mark, and the condition. But the rarest versions, those with special minting errors or preserved in untouched beauty, are the ones that reach sky-high prices. The current market for Liberty 1 cents is stronger than ever. With more collectors entering the hobby, with coin shows bringing new interest, and with online platforms giving global buyers access, the value of these coins continues to climb. Every year we see new sales records, every year the legend of the Liberty 1 cent grows. For those of you watching on JF Coin, this is more than just a story. It is an invitation to start looking at your change, to start exploring your old boxes, to check the drawers where forgotten coins might be hiding. You never know. That 1 cent you ignored could be worth hundreds of thousands. History has proven again and again that coins are not just metal. They are memories of a nation, symbols of freedom, and treasures that can change lives. The Liberty 1 cent is the perfect example. From a simple penny to a priceless collector's item, it shows us how something so small can carry unimaginable value. So next time you see an old cent, do not dismiss it. Look closely, research, and maybe, just maybe, you will hold the next coin that could bring you fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in recent times, the Liberty 1-cent coin of the United States, specifically the 2003D version, a coin that has fascinated collectors, historians, and investors around the world. You might think a penny is just a penny, but what if I told you that some of these cents are now being valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in certain rare cases their market worth has been estimated to touch an unbelievable $779,340. Yes, you heard that right, a coin that you might ignore in your pocket change could actually be hiding a fortune. Let us go back into history to understand why this 1-cent coin is so important. The Liberty 1-cent design has been a symbol of American heritage for decades. Each version carries not only the economic value of money but also the cultural value of a nation's journey. The 2003D cent, minted in Denver, is part of that lineage. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary Lincoln cent, but hidden among them are rare varieties, minting errors, and preserved conditions that make certain pieces highly sought after. Why do collectors place such a high value on these coins? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, minting errors, and historical significance. Some coins come out of the mint with unique flaws such as double dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. To the average eye these might look like mistakes, but to a numismatist these flaws are treasures. They transform a 1-cent coin into a one-in-a-million collectible. The 2003D Liberty cent has also gained attention because of the way certain preserved examples have surfaced in almost untouched mint state condition. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that has survived over 20 years without a single scratch or fingerprint, glowing in its original red luster. For collectors this is like stepping back in time, holding a perfect piece of 2003 in the palm of your hand. Now let us talk about the value, because this is where things become truly exciting. Normally, a circulated 2003D Lincoln cent would be worth just 1 cent, and even uncirculated examples in average condition might trade for a few dollars. But when you step into the world of rare varieties and perfect grading, the story changes completely. Coins that have been graded at the highest levels, such as MS-68 or MS-69 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auction. And then there are the legendary error coins or unique high-grade specimens that have reached valuations most people would never believe. In the current coin market, reports suggest that certain pristine examples of the 2003D cent with unusual characteristics are valued around $779,340. This jaw-dropping number has made collectors, investors, and even ordinary people dig through their coin jars and collections to see if they might be holding one of these treasures. The coin market is dynamic. It changes with demand, with economic trends, and with the stories people tell about their collections. What makes the Liberty 1-cent coin especially important is the fact that it is not only a piece of currency but also a piece of American memory. People connect with it, they remember using these cents in their daily lives, and now they dream about the possibility of discovering one worth life-changing money. If you are a collector, you need to pay close attention to several factors. First, always check the mint mark. The D on the 2003 cent stands for the Denver Mint, and Denver minted a large number of these coins, but among them are the rare gems. Second, check the condition. A shiny red uncirculated coin is always worth more than a brown circulated one. Third, look for errors or varieties, because this is where the real money lies. A double die obverse, an off-center strike, or a die clash could be the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors and investors often ask, how do I know if my coin is valuable? The answer is grading. Professional grading companies authenticate and grade coins, giving them a value that is respected worldwide. If you believe you have a 2003D Liberty cent in exceptional condition, or if you suspect it has an error, it is worth sending it to PCGS or NGC for evaluation. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin sitting in your drawer for years is actually worth more than a luxury car or even a house. And what about the history of value? Over the years, coin collecting has turned ordinary people into millionaires. Stories have surfaced of individuals finding rare coins in pocket change or inherited collections and realizing that what looked like a small copper piece was actually a treasure worth life-changing money. The 2003D Liberty cent is now being added to that list of coins with incredible potential. Its journey from the mint in Denver to collectors around the world has made it a star in the coin market today. So, what should you do now? Start by checking your change. Look closely at the cents you have stored away. Use a magnifying glass, look for errors, check the condition, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Because sometimes a penny is not just a penny. Sometimes it is the key to a small fortune. As we continue to explore the fascinating world of coins on JF Coin, remember that every coin tells a story. The Liberty 1-cent coin of 2003D is not just about metal and minting, it is about history, luck, and opportunity. And who knows, Maybe you are the next lucky collector to discover a coin worth nearly $800,000. Stay tuned, subscribe to JF Coin. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating chapters in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, a tiny piece of copper that has carried an extraordinary journey from the 1800s to today's collector's market. And if you are watching this video right now, you will be surprised to know that some of these Liberty 1-cent coins have current values reaching unbelievable figures. One recently caught the attention of coin experts and was valued at $779,341 in the market. Yes, you heard it right. A single 1-cent Liberty coin, which once bought nothing more than a piece of candy, is today considered a small fortune. Now let us step back in time and understand how the Liberty 1-cent coin was born. The history of this coin traces back to the early days of the United States Mint. The first large cents were introduced in 1793, featuring Lady Liberty on the obverse side as a proud symbol of freedom and independence. These coins were struck in pure copper, heavy in hand and bold in design. Over the decades, Liberty's image evolved from the flowing hair to the draped bust, the classic head, and eventually the coronet head design. Each version reflected not only the artistry of the engravers but also the spirit of a young nation growing in strength and pride. Collectors today admire the Liberty 1-cent not only for its design but also for its rarity. You see, in the 19th and early 20th century, these coins circulated heavily and were used daily by farmers, merchants, and families across America. Because of this constant circulation, most coins wore down quickly. Very few survived in mint condition, and those that did are now treasures locked inside protective cases in the collections of museums and elite coin enthusiasts. This scarcity is exactly what drives the astronomical value of these coins today. When we talk about the Liberty 1-cent and its journey into the modern market, we also look at how collectors grade and evaluate them. A coin in poor condition may be worth only a few dollars, but a coin in pristine uncirculated condition can shock the market with record-breaking auction sales. Imagine holding a small copper disc in your hand that could pay for an entire house. That is the kind of magic the Liberty 1-cent coin carries in the numismatic world. Now let us focus on the year 2004, because this is where our story becomes even more exciting. In 2004, the market saw a huge surge of interest in Liberty cents. Collectors from across the globe began hunting for rare die varieties, unique mint errors, and coins with outstanding luster. This sudden wave of demand pushed the value of certain coins to unimaginable heights. Today, as of the current coin market, a Liberty 1-cent in top grade and with historical significance has been priced around $779,341. This is not just a number, it is a living example of how passion for history can transform a simple coin into a golden treasure. The Liberty 1-cent coin is not just about money, it is also about American culture, heritage, and art. Every line of Liberty's face, every curve of the wreath on the reverse side, speaks of an era where craftsmanship was everything. The engravers of that time worked without the help of modern machines. They relied on their steady hands, sharp eyes, and years of skill. That is why collectors today see these coins as miniature works of art. Each Liberty cent you find has a soul, a heartbeat, and a connection to the people who once used it in their daily lives. Think about it for a moment. A farmer in 1850 may have used this coin to buy seeds for his crops. A soldier in 1860 may have carried it in his pocket during the Civil War. A child in 1870 may have bought candy with the very same coin. And today, that exact coin, if preserved carefully, could make its way into an auction house and fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Liberty 1-cent has traveled through hands, pockets, and centuries, silently gathering value and meaning. Collectors today look for certain key dates and varieties when it comes to Liberty cents. Rare dates like 1793, 1794, and the early 1800s are considered highly valuable. Varieties like double dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks also bring extra attention. The 2004 market showed us how even tiny variations could lead to massive differences in value. If you own or inherit a Liberty 1-cent coin, always make sure to have it graded by a professional service, because you never know, you might be sitting on a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars without even realizing it. Another interesting part of the Liberty 1-cent story is the transition to smaller cents in 1857. Before that year, Liberty cents were large and heavy, almost the size of a modern half-dollar. But due to the rising cost of copper, the mint decided to shrink the coin to the small cent we are familiar with today. Even though the large cents disappeared from circulation, their legacy lived on, and that legacy continues to shine bright in the collector's world. Now let us talk numbers, because I know many of you are curious about the market values today. A common Liberty 1-cent coin in worn condition might bring you anywhere from $20 to $50. In better grades, the prices climb into the hundreds and thousands. But when you reach the top levels of mint state coins with rare dates and varieties, that is where you see the magic happen. Auction houses in recent years have reported sales soaring past $500,000, and the highlight we mentioned earlier was a jaw-dropping $779,341. So what does this mean for you as a collector or an enthusiast? It means that every coin you own, every old cent you find in a box or drawer, has a story worth investigating. It means that patience, knowledge, and passion can lead you to discover treasures hidden in plain sight. And it also means that numismatics is not just about coins, it is about connecting to history, to art, and to the lives of people who came before us. Here at JF Coin, we encourage you to keep learning, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a tiny copper cent. The Liberty 1 cent coin proves to us that history is not locked away in books, it is alive in our hands, and its value continues to grow with each passing year. Before we end this journey, let me leave you with one thought. The Liberty 1 cent coin began as a humble piece of copper. It passed through countless hands, it witnessed the birth of a nation, wars, progress, and change. And now, it stands as a symbol of value, rarity, and timeless beauty. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, the Liberty 1 cent will always have a place in your heart and in the world of numismatics. Thank you for watching JF Coin.